staying with us. It's Sunday Politics right here on Channels Television. We're coming to you live from the city of Benin. Channels Television in Benin City, where we are monitoring and covering the Edo State governorship election. You can follow the conversation right here. Is hashtag Edo Decide. And of course, you can watch us live on Facebook as we talk. You know, the interesting part is that as you're watching us on Facebook, you can comment and send your opinions and views on what we're discussing. First and foremost, we're talking about who succeeds Governor Adams Oshiomhole as the next governor of Edo State. And we've been speaking with the candidate of the APC, Godwin Obaseki. And thanks for talking to us.
Thank you again.
But again, you've been talking to me about what your plans are, what you think was and what is now. But people will ask, what is your own personal conviction?
My personal conviction stems out of the fact that I have been in the policy cockpit of this administration. I, working with my colleagues, designed the blueprint on which Edo State has run in the last 8 years. And I believe sincerely that we need to consolidate on the gains we have made, and we need to make progress and take Edo to another level. And what are the gains? I mean, what do we need to consolidate? Take education, for instance. We've rebuilt 50% of our primary school infrastructure, 35% of our secondary school infrastructure. We need to complete that. We need to improve, get more teachers into our schools. We need to improve our curriculum so that the children we're putting out into the world are people who can sustain themselves, globally. Infrastructure. Like I said, we've done only about 1,000 kilometers of roads. We need to build more, particularly rural infrastructure that will take so that we can have access into the large commercial farms which we're hoping that investors will come in and participate in. But more importantly, we want to focus on human development and empowerment programs, particularly for the youth. We just cannot afford to continue to live with this level of unemployment. So what are we going to do? In most of our secondary schools at the SSS level, we are going to be putting in place technical schools and technical components and improving our technical schools so that we can provide more technical and vocational skills to a lot of our young people. We've also realized that a very vulnerable segment of our population are the women. We need to empower our women if we want to grow our economy. And one way we've figured it out, and what we have actually started doing under our micro, medium, and small enterprises development fund is to put a lot of money into women-sponsored businesses and women trade associations so that you can improve their capacity to do more for themselves.
All right. Let's talk about how you emerge and the fact that your own personal records and your qualification to becoming governor of Edo State. Did you attend the University of Ibadan?
I did.
From what year?
From 1976 to 1979.
It seems that there are few gray areas about that qualification that you have.
There's no gray area about my qualification.
But you know about the court case hanging over your qualification.
But with PDP, they always come up with trumped-up cases. They did it with Buhari, they did it with Oshiomhole. That's their paradigm.
Does it mean that it is not true? The allegations?
It's totally false. You see why it's so stupid?
What about your qualification that is generating controversy?
They've decided on controversy. There's nothing controversial. If University of Ibadan is there, it's a few hours drive. Go there and find out. But they didn't. The people who are generating that controversy, they have problems, even with their own academic qualifications. They barely made passes out of school. So what do you expect? They're not smart enough, even if they want to contend issues. You don't contend things that are documented. How can you talk about, I have classmates I went to school with, for God's sake, who I spent 3 years with, and we graduated. So if you want to make allegations, be smart about them. These guys are just not being smart.
Okay, because a lot of people will again ask the question, you talked about your own background, you see yourself as a technocrat.
Yes.
But there are a lot of issues regarding investment that you are involved in. For example, a family business. Someone, you know what I'm talking about. A family business in which you have gone to court to stop the process.
No, there's scams. There's scams.
You're saying that that is not true?
No.
The member of the House of Representatives that's taking you to court over that matter.
He's a scam. They're trying to scam a company.
But you know that there's a case in court.
Yes, there's a case in court. So these guys came and wanted to extort a company I said on their board. It's a German company. And they ran down their family estate and they wanted to come and swindle the company. And the company, I advised the company to stand its ground. So I can't be involved. In fact, I'm just a shareholder in the company. And the company does not owe this estate
But
any
this
money.
brings a
No.
question on your integrity.
No, there's no question.
Because you belong to that board.
No, there's no question.
And challenging the...
No. Shall we get it clear? I serve on the board. I'm an investor in the company. A shareholder dies, and his children squander his estate, and then begin to make a claim on that company. I would say, if you're making a claim on a company, the right thing to do is to go to court. Don't go to the House of Assembly because one of the siblings is a member of the House of Assembly. You don't misuse a legislative authority. It's only in Nigeria it can happen. Okay. In normal climes, that guy should resign from the House.
So you are talking about continuity. Let's go back to the issue of programs and your acceptability with the people of Edo State. Do you think you can win this election?
Of course I will win the election. I will win the election on Wednesday. We should have won on the 10th. Because PDP really hardly exists in Edo State again. Almost 40% of the PDP structure has collapsed. They are only there alive on propaganda.
So your party is not afraid of the PDP?
No way.
Because there are allegations, there are talks, Mr. Obaseki, there are talks that in fact the fear of the PDP made your party to collude with some agencies to push the election forward.
It is ridiculous. When PDP was the government in Abuja, we won elections as APC in Edo State. Is it now that we are the government in power in Abuja, we will not win Edo? It's ridiculous.
You lost a lot of seats in the federal legislature.
You all knew what happened.
What happened?
You are now seeing what's coming out. All the monies that were stolen and
those are allegations.
I know allegations. They are not allegations.
Well, as we speak now, there are talks that your party is planning to bring people who will rig elections.
No way. In fact, why do we need to bring people in when we are here? It is PDP that's lost so much ground, and they feel the strategy to win this election is to go and import thugs into our cities. And thank God we didn't have that the elections on the 10th. Over 8,000 militants were in our cities.
Are they out now?
Most of them left immediately after because their contract was for a few days.
So you are monitoring all of that?
Of course we hear they are coming, some of them are coming back, but thank God for the intervention of the security forces. They're not going to be able to have space here.
How do you hope to win, considering the fact that, in fact, you and your running mate, there is no balance, there is no tribal balance, there is no geographical balance, there is no ethnic and zonal balance in your choice of...
Where are you from?
I'm from this planet.
You are not from Edo State. Certainly not.
Well, I understand the politics of this state.
No.
If
you understand the politics of your state, then you'll see that there's a balance. The balance is the governorship candidate is from the south and the deputy is from the north. The Speaker of the House of Assembly today is from the central. What more balance can you have?